Hello, grade 2. This video to explain for you unit 6, numbers and data. This unit we will talk about Excel program. How I will open Excel program? I will go to the search from Windows. You type EX from your keyboard and choose Excel program. As you can see, this is the logo of it, green. Once you open your Excel program, I want to explain for you some things. You will choose blank workbook and then you will see a grid view like this. If you can notice, there is columns and rows. Each column named with letter. So the columns named with letters, column A, column B, column C, D, and so on. The rows are numbered, row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, and so on. The crosses between the column and the row, we call it cell. This is a cell. Here is it. How I will know the reference of this cell? I should look at the column, where is it in, and the row. This column, the shaded column, so it's in column C. This is the shaded row 3, so C3. The reference of this cell, we call it reference, or sometimes we call it cell address or cell name. How you will know the cell reference or the address? By looking at the column and the row. For example, this is a cell C3. This one, think about it, please. E5, it's in E5. What about this one? G6. What about this one? A1 in A1, and so on. So what I want you to know, that Excel program is a separate sheet program. It's not a drawing program. It's not a document program. It's a separate sheet program. What means? Means it consists of or made of columns and rows, and the columns named with letters, the rows are numbered. Where, as I told you, where the column crosses the row, we call it cell, and each cell, it has cell reference. Okay, let's start. You can put text in separate sheet cells. You can put text. A cell with the text in it is called a label. So any text inside the cell, we call it label. It's a label. For example, I will type lions 6. So the label here, the text or the word or number of words we have here, this label will describe this number. If you look at this number alone, if there is no lions, you will not know this number is for what, right? But if you have a label, here, it will explain for you this number is for what, okay? So the text, we call it label. What about the number? The number, we call it value. How much we have? The value. So this is the label and here is the value. Numbers, value, the text, label. Okay, so label and value. So just I want to confirm with you how you can move between the cells. Just you can press with your mouse cursor in any cell you want to go. For example, if I wanted to go to A3, I will bring my mouse cursor in the middle of the cell A3 and I will press, then I can type directly, okay? If you want, you can press enter key so you can go down to the next cell and so on. Okay, let's continue. I will go to A1. B1, delete what I have. I will start with A1 and I will fill my animals. Okay. As you can see, my label here is bigger than the cell. How I will make it fit? You can double click, or you can move your mouse cursor at the end of the column that you want to make it wider. Once that mouse cursor changed to this sign, you should keep clicking and move to the direction that you want to make it wider. Okay, you can make it wider. Next. Okay, as you can see that I fill the cells with labels and value, as you can see here. So we have 6 zebras, 4 lions, 3 giraffes, 2 cheetahs, and so on. Now we need to know the total of these animals. We need to know the total. So the Excel sheet will help us to work out to find the total. That is good because it is quicker than working it out by yourself, and the computer can add up without making any mistakes. So how I can do that? The first thing that you should do, you should highlight the values or the data, the numbers that you want to add up. So you will let the computer know which numbers exactly you want to work with. How I will do that? I will go to the cell that I want to start with. I will click on it. Once I have the mouse cursor crossed like that, I will put it in the middle of the cell. I will click with my mouse and I will keep clicking, then drag down until I will reach the last cell. The last cell, you should know, the last cell that you will highlight where the total will appear. It will be displayed here in this one. So I should include it by my highlighting. Okay, this highlighting, we call it cell range. This is the cell range. The cell range, it's not one cell only. It's a block of cells, as you can see. It's a start from B3, right? Look, it's a start from B3 until where? Until B8, as you can see, until B8. So the cell range for this one is from B3 until B8. That means it includes B4, B5, B6, B7, and so on. So if I highlight more than one cell like this or like that, we call it cell range. Cell range, it will start for you from the first cell you highlight and the last cell you highlight. So when I say B3 to B8, you should know that it will covers all the cells between. Okay, it will covers all the cells between. So how I can work with the total now, the sum. After you highlighting, you will go formulas. From the menu bar, you will go to auto sum. This is the sigma sign. You will go to auto sum. Just simply you will click in auto sum and the total will appear for you as I told you here. Okay, so the total is 15. Okay. Now I will go click outside to unhighlight. Now I want you to look at number 15. If you click on the cell, like this, you can see here the formula bar. You can see here the formula bar. You will not see it as a normal number. See, if I press on number 2, it will be number 2 only because it's not an equation, it's not a formula. But number 15, it comes for you from an equation and a formula, okay? A formula. So how we can read that? The formula starts with equal sign, as you can see, with equal sign, then sum. Then sum. What means sum? Sum means add up. Sum means add up. Add up from B3 dot above B7, okay? This is the formula range, or sorry, the cell range. it will add up for you from B3 until B7, right? Because the last cell, it will put the answer on it. It will put the answer on it. So this is the range, as I told you before, from B3 to B7. So this is how you can read your formula, okay? So the equal sign, formula starts with equal sign. To tell the computer there is a formula here will start, sum means add up, then you will put the range from where to where you want the computer to add for you. Okay, let's continue. As you can see here, I added a new label. I can add simply any label I want. Gone to a new home. This one I added on A10. There is some animals gone to a new home, okay? Actually, we have 3 animals gone to a new home. Now, I want to calculate or to have a new formula to know how many animals left. Actually, you know that we have the total 15, right? But now there is something changed. There's 3 animals gone to a new home. How I will know how many animals left? Simply, we will do the formula by ourselves. We will use the minus, right? I will take the total, 15. I will minus how many animals gone to a new home. Then the left is the number of animals left. How I will do this formula? You know that the formula starts with equal sign. So I will put equal. Once I start putting equal, the computer will know that I will do a formula here. What I want to do, I want to minus 15, but actually I don't want to minus the 15, number 15. No, I will tell the computer about the cell reference of the value. Where is it? I want this, so I will click on it. You will see that the computer directly mentioned for me the cell reference of this value, right? Because sometimes maybe I will change, right? So the computer just mentioned for it the cell reference, and whatever the value it's inside it, it will take it and do the equation for you. So I put B8. Now what is the operator? It will be minus. I will put minus what? Minus what? Number 3, but I will not put 3, right? I will put the cell reference. Where is the 3 located, right? Where is the 3 is located? I will click on 3. What happened? It put for me B10. B10 is where is the 3 located. After that, I am done with my formula. How I will take the result? Just press enter key with your keyboard. Now, how many animals left? 12. Is that correct? Yes. So the formulas, as you know, contain cell reference. If I go back to 12, it contains the cell reference B8 and B10. A cell reference is a name of the cell, as I told you before. When the computer sees a cell reference, it uses the number stored in the cell. It will use the number stored in the cell. So what is the number stored here? 3. What is the number stored here? 15. And so on. So when I tell the computer that please minus for me B8, the computer will go to B8 and check what is the number here stored in this cell, and it will take it. Then minus B10, it will go to B10 and it will check what is the number here, and it will take it and do the equation as mentioned here. Okay, why I'm telling you not to use the number to minus, you should use the cell reference. Why? Because if I change any number here, it will be changed in the formula. For example, I want to change numbers of zebras to be 30, enter. Can you notice what happened to the total and what happened to the animals left? It automatically changed. So no need every time to enter the same formula to calculate for you. It will be automatically. That's why I'm telling you to change. How you can change the value? Just click on the cell only, without double click, without anything, just one click on the cell, then change from your keyboard and enter. See how the total is changing? The same thing for giraffes. I will change it to 40, enter. Cheetahs also, I will change it to 5, enter, and so on. What's happening to the total? What's happening to the total? Changed from 15 to 85, okay? So let us change also the animals gone to a new home from 3 to 20, for example, enter. What happens to the animals left? 65. Did you understand now why I told you you should not put the number, you should put the cell reference? So the computer will take the value inside the cell and it will do for you the formula. So no need to repeat it every time you change the value inside your cell, okay? That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video.